Be a good day to actually look for a house, but you can do it online. We haven't talked about this in a very long time, whether or not the housing market is recovering here in Austin. So many people are without jobs, so many people are trying to find work, and so many people still trying to buy a house. Kiersty Lombar is here to help us out with that this morning. You know, many times people say that when they get closer to the end of the year, it's not really a good time to look for a house, but in Austin, that may not be the case.
Well, it's interesting. Actually, we have less inventory on the market than we've had in a long time.
That's a good sign.
So things have thinned out in terms of competition.
Yeah.
And our indicators are really all very good. So it is a great time to be in the market.
That's good.
I think people are, well, how should I say this? They're about as sure about the real estate market as they were sure it was going to rain.
Yeah.
And look, it did.
It did. So that's optimistic.
Right, right. But I think it's important to arm people with data so that they can make good decisions. And that's what I thought we could talk about today.
Okay, excellent. You know, we talked about the housing bubble, and we've heard that term. What exactly does that mean, and how do people here, how can they interpret that?
Sure. Okay. Well, there are a couple of indicators that you can watch. Up here, housing cost is a percentage of total family income, and then the sales price to rent ratio. Now, we're going to talk about those in just a second. I want to talk about what a bubble is and what it is not.
Okay.
A bubble is really pretty abnormal, and it's when you see prices go skyrocketing and they're unsustainable, and then they're followed by a rapid decline, and this is not brought on by economic fundamentals like job improvement, population growth, rent increases. When you see something going through the roof for no apparent reason like we did a few years ago, maybe you should watch what's going on. So those couple of items, those indicators that we put up, are good ways to watch. So let's talk about what those are. Okay, so we have the housing price to the income ratio. What that means is how much it costs you to own a home versus how much money you bring home. Okay, so the
seems like a pretty easy formula to figure out.
It is. And so here in Austin, we're at about 24%, which is lower than the national average, which is good, but it's still a little bit higher than you'll see in some outlying areas. What that means is we're not going to appreciate in our home values as fast a clip as some areas will, because it takes a little bit more money for us to pay for a house. But it's a good baseline number for you to have, though, because if you know that number and you see it going through the roof, maybe you should watch out. Yeah,
we have about 30 seconds left. So is it a good time, yes or no?
It is a good time. It's a very good time, but you need to know, again, what you're doing, understand statistically where things are, and understand that here in Austin, you can expect to pay about 93% list to sale price.
Wow.
Okay, so if there's a $100,000 house on the market, you can expect to get it for about $93,000.
Wow.
Buyers and sellers need to know that.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're always good with information.
Thanks for having me.
Sure, no problem. We are